Hi everyone, Stephen Lee here. If you were or suspect you were a victim of identity theft, if you received a false 1099-G, or you tried to e-file your tax return and it was rejected for a duplicate e-filing, you definitely want to watch this video because I'm going to be going over how to fill out the IRS form 14039, which is the identity theft affidavit. Okay, I'm going to be walking through it step by step, doing a screen share on how to fill that out. Okay, and then on the second part of this video, I'm going to be talking about once you fill that out, how to send it in correctly to make sure that the IRS receives that form. So let's go right into the form itself. All right, we're going to be going over the form 14039 in this video and how to fill it out. So first thing you want to do to get to that form is you want to go to irs.gov. Okay, always go to the irs.gov, and in here you're going to select form 14039. Okay, in the search bar, form 14039, and then you're going to come up to this page here, the Taxpayers Guide to Identity Theft. Click on there. And you definitely want to read through this, right? There's a lot of great information in terms of tools and what you should do. Remember in video 1, I went over all these signs of identity theft, what to do and take action if you have a tax-related identity theft. That's what this video is going to be covering. There's going to be data breach, employment-related identity theft, steps to protect your data, computer, phishing email scams, passwords, all different things here. Okay. One thing that you definitely want to make sure here is this part right here, right? We never initiate contact with taxpayers by email, text, or social media to request personal or financial information. Okay, so the IRS will never contact you by email, text, or social media to request personal or financial information. Number 2 is the IRS will never call taxpayers or threaten them with lawsuits or arrest. Okay, that's definitely a very common phishing scheme. Another one is the IRS will never call, email, or text you to request your taxpayer identity protection PIN. Okay, so they'll never call, email, or text you for that information. So just be on the lookout. So let's go over that form 14039. And once we're back here under tax-related identity theft, you're going to go to this and click here, this form. It's a PDF, and let's walk through that PDF together. Okay, so once again, this is the identity theft affidavit. It says, complete this form if you need the IRS to mark an account to identify questionable activity. Okay, so if you suspect or you were a victim of identity theft, you definitely want to fill this out. Okay, Section A, complete the following boxes in the section that apply to the specific situation you're reporting. This is required for all filers, so you have to fill out this section. So one is, I am submitting this form 14039 for myself. You would click here, okay, if that's you. Number 2 is, this form 14039 is submitted in response to a notice or a letter received by the IRS. Okay, so if you received a notice or a letter, okay, and you're responding to it, then you want to click here, and then it says here, please provide the notice or letter number on the line to the right. So let's look here. This is an example notice letter from First Last and First Last. Okay, this is the notice letter that they're asking for, the number CP2501. So if you received that, you're going to put CP2501 right here in this section right here. Okay, please check box 1 in section B and see mail faxing instructions. I'm going to go over that later on. Okay. Number 3 is, I'm submitting this form 14039 on behalf of my dependent child or dependent relative. Okay, if you check this box, please complete section E on the reverse side of this form. Okay, and number 4, the fourth scenario is, I am submitting this form 14039 on behalf of another person other than my dependent child or dependent relative. You may be a lawyer, a CPA, someone with power of authority, power of attorney, POA, then if that's the case, you're going to be selecting here. Please complete section E on the reverse side of this form, just like you do with scenario 3. All right, section B, reason for filing this form. This is required as well. Check only one of the following 2 boxes that apply to the person listed in section C below. Okay, in section C, we're going to be going over the person who are filing the identity theft, who is the identity theft victim. Okay, number 1 is, someone used my information to file taxes, including being incorrectly claimed as a dependent. Okay, that would be here. If that's not you, I don't know if someone used my information to file taxes, but I'm a victim of identity theft, right? So this might be more the case if you received a letter, but maybe they did not sign or submit a fraudulent return. You'd be clicking on number 2, okay? So, and then under there, you're going to please provide an explanation of the identity theft issue, how you became aware of it, and provide relevant dates. If needed, you can attach additional forms or pages, right? So you definitely want to include the identity theft issue, whether it might be I received a false Form 1099-G for unemployment benefits. And then it's going to ask for not only basically what triggered or alerted you of identity theft, but also you're going to list how you became aware. Okay, I received a letter or form, 1099-G. You can either put those, and then when you became aware. So let's say letter received on, let's say, January 30th, 20th, 2021. Okay, so you want to definitely include these 3 parts, right? How you identified a theft issue, how you became aware of it, and provide the relevant dates. Okay, so once you filled that out, you go section C is naming the victim's name, right? So you fill in last name, let's go Joe, John Doe, okay, and their taxpayer number, you fill that in, okay. And then you put in their current mailing address, okay, full. If deceased, please provide last known address, the current city, state, zip code. Tax years you experience identity theft. If not known, enter unknown here, okay, unknown, okay. Or if you do know, maybe it might just be for the 2020 tax year, right? We don't know, but I would list 2020 if you know it, or maybe it was several years. Okay, then you list all the years out. And then what is the last year you filed a return? It's probably going to be 2019. Okay, that's probably going to be the most recent year you filed a return. Okay, you're going to include that. Use address used on the last filed tax return if different than this current mailing address here. Okay, so whatever address that you put on the 2019 return, you're going to include here. Names used on last filed tax return if different than the current. Only fill this out if it's different than up here. Okay, you might have gotten married or divorced. Then you want to put the name used when you filed this 2019 return. City, state, zip code. Okay, telephone number. Okay, include the best number for them to reach you, including the area code. If deceased, please indicate deceased. Okay, language you would prefer, it's either English or Spanish. Fill that out, and then you're going to have to sign here, whether it's yourself, the taxpayer, a representative, or a conservator, parent, or guardian. You're going to sign here, and you're going to date. Okay. Remember, section E is if you are a representative, conservator, parent, or guardian, you have to fill out this section, right? And you're going to have to check only one of the 5 boxes, right, for your scenario. Whether one is the taxpayer is deceased and I am the surviving spouse, and you click here, no attachments are required, including death certificate. Okay, if that's you, check here. If the taxpayer is deceased and I am the court-appointed or certified person representative, you're going to click here, attach a copy of the court certificate showing your appointment. Okay, you're going to have to approve and also attach a copy of the court certificate. And scenario number 3 is the taxpayer is deceased and a court-appointed or certified person representative has not been appointed, right? You're going to have to attach a copy of the death certificate or formal notification from a government office informing next of kin of the decedent's death. Indicate your personal relation to the decedent, whether you're a child, parent, legal guardian, or other, okay? Number 4 is the taxpayer is unable to complete this form and I am the appointed conservator or have a power of attorney declaration of representative authorization per IRS form 2848. This is you. Let's say you're like a CPA or a lawyer and you receive that POA, power of attorney. then you want to fill out this part, attach a copy of that POA, as well as if you have a CAF number, a centralized authorization file number, enter the 9-digit number here. That's usually for EAs or CPAs. Okay, you're going to fill out that number here. And then the fifth scenario is the person is my dependent child. So if you're the parent and your child is suspected of identity theft, then you're going to fill out this box here, right? And then you're going to indicate your personal relationship or your relationship with the person, parent or guardian, power of attorney, fiduciary relationship, or other. Okay. Then you're going to fill out your name, that is you, the representative here. Okay. And then you're going to submit either by mail or by fax. And I'm going to go over some tips in regards to how to mail it in, what you should definitely do and keep in mind. This is the address for where to mail it in. And this is the fax number if you end up faxing it in. All right, so after you've completed the form, remember to save it, to print it out. Okay, and remember, you can either mail it in or fax it in. I recommend faxing it in and saving the fax confirmation. The reason for that is because sometimes if you send it by US mail, it might get lost, right? There's been so much mail going out these days and so many problems with the Postal Service that you definitely want to make sure that you send this form in correctly. And unfortunately, you can't e-file this form. It has to be either mailed in or faxed in, right? But if you plan to mail it in, mail it certified, okay? Certified mail. I'm going to leave a link in the information section below in regards to what a certified mail is and the rates for sending a piece of mail to the IRS with certification. Remember, a certified mail is basically proof that you sent it in. Okay, you're going to receive a card and a notification of when your letter was delivered or that a delivery attempt was made to the IRS. Also, you're also going to get the signature of the person who accepts the mailing when combined with a return receipt. Okay, so if you send it in certified with a return receipt, you definitely will get a signature of the person who accepted the mail. This is going to be the proof that you actually sent in the form 14039. And you definitely want that proof just in case something happens down the line in regards to that you actually try to correspond with the IRS, right? You want to make sure you have all the proof and the confirmation that you sent that form in, right? If this is the kind of content that you're looking for, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications because there's gonna be a ton more updates this tax season, as well as any updates from the IRS and from the SBA in regards to PPP, EIDL, as well as other grant programs. Thank you guys for watching. I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye.